नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं वेब दुनिया। मैं हूं रूना आशीष और मेरे साथ है भी मोनिका। मोनिका से जानते हैं नया क्या धमाल है, क्योंकि हर बार जब भी वो आती है तो लोगों का प्यार खींच कर लेकर जाती है। हाउ आर यू?
Thank you. That's sweet of you to say. I'm good. How are you?
बढ़िया बढ़िया। आपका ड्रेस, आपका बैकग्राउंड बहुत कलरफुल लग रहा है एंड ट्रीट फॉर आईज।
Thank you. Thank you.
मुझे बताइए, अभी कार्टेल लोगों के सामने बस आने वाली है। इसमें आपका कौन सा रंग दिखने वाला है?
Hmm. I play a character named Maya, and she is. I like to think she's like a Bond girl. You know, she's sexy, she's manipulative, and you're never quite sure if she's the victim or the villain.
ओह, अच्छा,
Yeah.
लवली।
Mm-hmm.
कोई किसी को देख कर तैयार किया, और somebody inspired you, maybe some actress? How was it playing such kind of role?
Oh, it was amazing. It was also very difficult. Actually, I shot Cartel before I shot Married Woman. So Cartel, in many ways, got me Married Woman. Um, when I read the script for Maya, I was nervous because she's provocative. Her story track is provocative for sure, and I know I'm known to be bold and blah blah, but I don't feel that way. I think I don't. It's funny that I know that I have that reputation. Like, oh, Monica kafi bold hai, whatever. I don't feel that way, but I do think I have a really romantic idea of acting. For me, telling stories sets me free, and the story is more important than me. So whatever is required to tell the story is my job to do. I think a lot of actresses may not operate the same way. So I see how Maya is really, she's a keystone in the story of Abhay Andre, who is, I don't know whether you know anything about the story, but Supriya Pathak plays Rani Mai. And also for me, over the years, I've learned a lot about how big cities are built, often on cartel money. And the cartels are involved with the, I don't know if I should say this, but like the politicians, and it's a whole network of things that create our realities as citizens of these cities. And the show is entirely fiction, but in many ways there's a lot of truth telling in it. There is a lot of violence and a lot of lawlessness in the ones who create the systems that we live in. Um, so for me, that was very exciting. I hadn't acted in a show ever before. So I was interested in doing something that had longevity. You know, with the film, you shoot for maybe 30 days, um, sometimes 60 days, but usually it's around 30 days. With a show, you end up shooting for 3 months, you know. So I was interested in a longer storyline and being a part of something that had a potential for other seasons. And then I learned of how huge the cast was. People like Samir Soni, like Supriya Pathak, Ritvik Bhanjani has been my rock and a love of my life for many years. Um, and Tanishta Chatterjee. I mean, the cast is incredible. I feel really fortunate to be working with these actors.
लवली लवली। एक एक छोटी सी गुजारिश है, थोड़ा सा अगर हिंदी भी बोले। आई नो इट्स इंग्लिश बीइंग योर फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज, पर छोटा सा एक रिक्वेस्ट है आपसे, अगर पॉसिबल हो तो प्लीज हम हिंदी बोल
I
सकें।
Very hard for me. I'm also so tired. It's so late
इट्स
right
ओके, इट्स ओके, व्हाटएवर इज कंफर्टेबल विद यू, व्हाटएवर इज
now.
कंफर्टेबल। ओके, आपके लिए अगला सवाल मेरा यही था। कैलिफोर्निया में किस तरीके से देखा जाता है हिंदी फिल्म्स को या वेब सीरीज को या फिर हिंदी थिएटर को? वहां के लोग क्या सोचते हैं यहाँ के बारे में? हम तो बहुत सोचते हैं कि वर्ल्ड थिएटर, वर्ल्ड सिनेमा। वहां के लोगों की सोच बताइए।
यहाँ के लोग, like everyone's a fan. जब मैं पार्लर जाती हूँ नेल्स करने के लिए, सब लोग कहते हैं कि जब मैं बहुत छोटी थी मैंने बॉलीवुड को फिल्म देखी, आप शाहरुख खान को जानते हो क्या? Like I hear that kind of stuff all the time. It's really cute. Yeah, I think Bollywood is an international sensation, you know. And through OTT platforms, everybody who has an Amazon account or, you know, Balaji is available all over the world. MX Player, all of these things, they bridge the gaps between countries. And America is a really diverse place. Cities like Los Angeles or New York are really diverse. There's so many Indian people. And not just Indian people, there are people from Africa, people from Iran, people from the Middle East, and especially those countries, those places, they're all huge fans of Indian cinema and Indian TV shows. Indians are the best.
Oh, that is there, that is there. आप जो शूट करती हैं उसके लिए बहुत बार आपको इंडिया आना पड़ता है, आपको मुंबई आना पड़ता है, तो आपकी नजर में मुंबई क्या है? क्योंकि
No, Mumbai is my home. I'm here visiting family and taking a break, but India is my home.
अब चूंकि मुंबई की कहानी है तो आपके लिए मुंबई क्या है?
मेरे लिए मुंबई दिल है, chaos है, मिर्ची है. Mumbai ki log survivors hai, you know, like they're warriors, naughty warriors who know how to party. To me, Mumbai is the most radical city in India. Delhi is the most intelligent. Jaipur is the most cultured. Yeah. Kochi is the most artistic. Yeah. I love discovering India more and more and more. I've seen so much of it through traveling as a musician, as an artist. And Mumbai has given me home.
Nice. ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म की ही बात कर रहे थे. इन दिनों ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म पे स्पेशली अगर जहां हम कार्टेल भी देख सकते हैं, ऑल्ट पे भी है और साथ ही साथ एमएक्स पर भी है, तो जिस तरीके से इसका क्रेज बढ़ रहा है, आपका उसके बारे में क्या सोचना है? क्या आपने भी कभी सोचा था कि एमएक्स या फिर बालाजी है या फिर हॉटस्टार है, कई ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे आप जाएंगे और आपकी प्रसिद्धि, आपकी ख्याति, आपकी मशहूर होना और बढ़ जाएगा?
ख्याति और मशहूर का मतलब क्या है?
Sorry, your popularity will increase in
बड़े बड़े
tenfold.
शायरी वर्ड्स है मेरे लिए एक्चुअली.
Sorry, it's just
ख्याति मेरी फ्रेंड की नाम है. Wife's name is ख्याति. लेकिन संस्कृत का मतलब मगर
popularity will increase in tenfolds or hundredfolds. You're damn cute.
Thank you. Do people just know what ख्याति and mashhoor mean? Is that those normal words to use? मैंने कभी नहीं सुना. Mumbai taught me how to speak Hindi, so my Hindi is Mumbaikar Hindi. Please, yeah. Please,
No, it's okay.
I'll be broken and lost. Please explain the question.
Okay, have you ever thought, due to the OTT platforms like MX or maybe All Balaji, your popularity will increase in tenfolds or hundredfolds? Sorry.
Actually, मैं ऐसे कभी नहीं सोचती हूँ. मैं सिर्फ आर्ट के बारे में सोचती हूँ कि मैं एक्टिंग कैसी करूँगी. इस रोल रियल करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए मुझे, सिर्फ उसके बारे में मैं सोचती हूँ. उसके बाद मैं सब कुछ सरेंडर करती हूँ कि अब भगवान का कृपा है, पता नहीं क्या क्या होगा. And maybe that's because I've had a really long career of a lot of ups and downs, you know. My first film, Bhobigat, like that was a huge success in some ways, not a box office success. और उसके बाद मैंने 2-3 फिल्म्स किया जो शायद लोग नहीं देखा, like really they were flops. And then I was lucky कि उस टाइम में नहीं, हमेशा what's in my control is my music and singing and DJing, and so I've stayed relevant that way through being a really diverse artist. But yeah, otherwise, I guess I can say with The Married Woman, I was really surprised. Yeah, I was surprised. I knew when I saw that script कि ये कहानी बहुत important है, and ये chance मैं वापस कभी नहीं मिलूंगी. To be in a show that's so altering, you know, that's so culturally poignant and takes such a big risk. And then on top of that, to see it release and be so successful and like a cult, has like a cult following now, I feel really grateful. And yes, I was very surprised. I was very
So
surprised.
even with Married Women, I would say possibly it was shown like in 80s or some older times, but it is still relevant. The kind of story was told, I think it was need of the hour. So वो रोल करते टाइम थोड़ा सा टेंशन हुआ कि मैं बोल्ड, और एक बार फिर से लोग मुझे बोल्ड समझने वाले हैं, या फिर ये टेंशन हुआ कि क्या ये मेरी लाइफ को टर्न करने वाला रोल होगा.
You know, yeah, मैं समझदार हूँ. I like to think. So I knew we were doing something controversial. And उसकी वजह से मैंने सोचा कि हम बहुत intentional होना ही चाहिए. Everything needed to be thought out properly. Every dialogue, every mention of a religion or a class, or there are some themes that are universal and cannot be argued. And those themes are love. Doesn't matter if you're gay or queer or fat or skinny or wealthy or poor. We all know love. And another one is safety and wanting to trust in our neighbor, wanting to know that someone cares about you. And that's what's so fascinating with Cartel. You know, Cartel and Married Woman could not be more different from one another. So I also feel very grateful to have established, you know, momentum with Married Woman and now come back with something so different, completely different. But yeah, with Married Woman, I knew that I would be considered bold again. And I'm okay with that. It's fine. You know, one thing for sure is I have lived long enough to realize that caring what people think sucks. So I just don't care anymore.
I think that should be the attitude also at the same time.
It's like, you know, we can't make everyone happy.
Impossible. Impossible. Okay. Now tell me, कार्टेल में ऐसी क्या एक चीज थी जिसने आपका ध्यान सबसे पहले खींचा और आपको लगा कि भाई ये रोल तो मुझे करना है, ये रोल तो मैं करना चाहूंगी.
In Cartel,
जी.
what made me say that? There was a few things for me, and it always is. For me, the actual making of a show matters more than what the show will do for me in the public. You know what I'm saying? So जब मैं एक स्क्रिप्ट मिलती हूँ, जब मैं पढ़ती हूँ, मैं सोचती हूँ कि who will I be working with? Who is the director? will the producers respect me? Can I bring on my team? Because I love my team. I work with the same people. They're my best friends. Kathy is one girl's name. She's my stylist. She didn't work on Cartel, but anyway, Rena, Anisha, they did. They worked on Cartel. My makeup artist, my hair artist. And for me, they're not my staff. They're my family. So I also think about work opportunities for the people I support, and will it help them or not? Ritvik definitely sold me big time on Cartel. He's my favorite. And I did Fear Factor with him, Khatro Ke Khiladi, maybe 4 years ago. And we developed a really strong bond. And I talked to him endlessly about the script. The script is huge. It's like reading it's like this fat. It's huge. So yeah, he was a major reason for taking on the role. And then another reason is there's a theme in my life around exploring, and I don't think I've chosen it. I think it's just happened, but somewhere where sexuality and spirituality and femininity, the intersection of these themes, all of my work sort of deals with this. And Maya, as a character, is someone who's objectified so intensely that her sex becomes her weapon. And I think many women can relate to that, actually, honestly. If we're really honest, our sexuality has a lot of power, and it's used against us all the time. And at some point we come, maybe I shouldn't say we, but I think many women will experience in their life a moment where either they feel empowered by their sexuality or they feel completely disempowered by their sexuality. And I think that that's a theme that women know much more than men. And Maya, her character, deals with that constantly in a very extreme way that maybe you can't relate to and maybe I can't personally relate to, but somewhere inside of me I get it, you know.
Lovely. Thanks a lot for talking to us. इतना सारा समय देने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, और चाहेंगे कि ऐसे इंटरव्यूज कई बार होते रहें. I want to know you more. I want to know your thought process more. It was lovely meeting you. Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
वेब दुनिया की सभी से अपील है कि भीड़ भाड़ से बचें, मास्क पहने व सैनिटाइजर का इस्तेमाल करें, साथ ही सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का पूरा पालन करें.